All right, guys, Saunch here. Welcome back to another episode on the Bodybuilding News Network. We're going to be talking about the finals for the men's open bodybuilding at this year's Arnold Classic, Ohio. In the top three finals, the projected top three, obviously, coming into the awards ceremony in just a second as they're finishing up here. Nick Walker is, in my opinion, and what we're looking at here, the favorite to win the show. And also Steve Kuklo, I believe, from how the comparison round is going, and then you'll see in just a second here. Obviously, I just got done watching it. Steve Kuklo looking like he's going to be the favorite for second. So pretty cool redemption arc coming out of the Texas, out of Dallas, the last pro show that any of us saw, I guess, when you think about men's open bodybuilding. But that is where Ian Valliere, who's in potentially the third place finish for the show, actually beat out Steve Kuklo. So Ian placed first at the Texas Pro, and Steve Kuklo placed second behind him. So it's kind of interesting to see how potentially the finals have turned around, have flipped here at the Arnold Classic, the second largest, debatably, the second largest bodybuilding show of the year, right behind the Mr. Olympia in just a few weeks. But looking at the footage here, looking at how everyone is finishing up here, Nick Walker looking amazing. I'm not really sure if he looks tighter than prejudging. I want to say he does. I think he does look just a tad bit tighter. Steve Kuklo, I think, looks a little bit tighter from the back, at least, is what we're seeing here. The lighting, I'm not a huge fan. I wish they would lighten it up just a little bit. Maybe not like the Spain Pro where they had everyone was blue, but at least it was bright, right? But I would like to see a little bit more lighting here. Still fantastic lighting, great quality from that production crew. So, kudos to them. And Ian, he looks amazing for what he brought, especially when we look at these side shots that we just finished up looking at. It's probably some of his best shots, best judged shots. But there's a lot to take away from this show, and especially when you look at someone like Ian. Hopefully, him and his camp can take the feedback from the potential placings here at the Arnold Classic and apply it to the Olympia. Just a couple weeks out now, my birthday weekend. So wish me some happy birthdays when we do the Olympia coverage. Real quick, I know we want to talk about the Arnold Classic, but I will be reporting on the Olympia from home. I decided not to fly out to the Olympia this year, so make sure you stay tuned for that. As always, all coverage of the big shows in the IFBB and even some of the NPC is always on this channel. As the judges want to mix it up just a little bit, putting Ian in the middle, Nick Walker on the side. What can we say here, guys? What can we say? Now, Nick Walker, I still feel like he's going to be winning a lot of these shots. I thought he was losing it just a little bit in this front lat spread, but he's probably just tired, a little blown out just from posing so much. The abdominal stomach muscles get a little fatigued, It happens. It happens. Side shots, of course. Every time I talk about Ian, he's in a side shot, and he loves those side shots. He looks fantastic. Really can't critique him too much on the side shots. From the back, I thought that he looked actually really good next to Steve here, where, Steve's a wider guy, but I feel like Ian has more depth to the muscle, more density to the muscle bellies, the physique. And I actually think he wins out a lot of these shots against Steve from the back. And of course, like I said, Steve is a monster of a man, so he has a bigger stature and bigger calves, as I believe that the Arnold Classic is now going to be called the Calves Classic, based off of Arnold Schwarzenegger's comments from this year's coverage. If you guys are not watching it, you're missing out, guys. It's free. It's free 99. You can watch the live stream right from the Arnold Classic website. You can go to their Instagram, click on the webcast. It's not called live stream. They called it the webcast. And you put in your information, you sell them, your email so they can sell it to, somebody in China. But it's free. Check it out. You can watch the show, guys. They're just finishing up the bikini, I believe it is right now, so you can still see plenty of the live stream or the webcast. But with Ian still in the middle, the physiques, I don't know if there's really much more to say here. I feel like this is a solid win for Nick Walker. Steve, it looks like he's going to be coming in second. You know, I actually kind of wish we had Sergio next to Steve just to compare those two mass monsters. You know, Steve, a big, tall fella from Texas, and then Sergio, you know, he's a taller guy as well, but has very beautiful flow to his physique, very beautiful muscle insertions. So I'm a little disappointed there. We didn't get to see that comparison as well as I wish we would have, or at all. I don't believe they ever stood next to each other. But of course, Fernando Royal, he'll do a breakdown. He'll show us those comparisons side by side, hopefully, in the post-production, as well as other channels. So I am YouTube. I know he does a lot of stuff as well. And of course, our favorite Superset Man and Mark's Max Muscle as well are definitely going to be doing some breakdowns of these comparisons of these physiques to really see who won. What I would actually like to see, Superset Man, if you're watching, you should do a top 10 calves of the Arnold Classic, and just do the calves and see if people can guess whose calves are whose. I think that'd be fun. But that's pretty much it, guys. I'll be posting the 4 through 10 comparisons that happened just before the top 3 came out, the projected top 3 in the finals at the Arnold Classic. I will be posting that in just a second, but I wanted to make sure I didn't miss out on the other finals, the other final comparisons, symmetry rounds, right, is what they call it. I didn't want to miss out on the final symmetry rounds of the different classes here: the fitness, the bikini, the classic physique, and men's open, obviously just finishing. So I'll be watching that. Look forward to those posts as they come out, guys. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching another episode on the Bodybuilding News Network. My name is Saunch, your host. If you guys enjoyed this style of content, the coverage of the IFBB Pro Arnold Classic Ohio, make sure you stay tuned, like, subscribe, let me know what you guys want to see next, and I'll see you guys in the next one.